Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. If you don't know and you're new to my channel and new to Pick a Stack, what Pick a Stack is all about is I've set up 3 stacks of cards. We have 1 oracle card and 2 tarot cards from 2 different decks, and a crystal in each stack. So your job, if you choose to accept it, is to think of an idea, an issue, or a question that you have in your life, and then choose a stack. And each stack tells a story. So I will do the reading on each stack, and I will do a timestamp in the description below the video. So if you want to watch the whole video, that's totally cool. If you want to just skip ahead to stack 2 or 3 or whatever you want to do, that's totally cool too. All right, so your job is to think of an idea, an issue, or a question, and you can stop the video and start it back up. Otherwise, we will get started. And last week, one of the things I said in the intro was I want you to think about what makes you pick the stack that you pick. Is it the crystal? Is it just a feeling that you have? Because what our ultimate goal is to use our intuition. Don't pick a stack because, you know, it's in front of that candle and you really like that candle. I mean, if that's what your intuition is saying, yeah, go for it. But the whole goal of this is to work on your intuition. So we are going to start with stack number 1. This is Tektite. It has a shiny glass-like side here, but it also has a rougher side. This is actually a piece of a meteor, and this meteor fell in the Tibet area. So this is called Tibetan Tektite. And more than 2,000 years ago, the Chinese called pieces of Tektite Inkstone of the Thunder God. Australian Aborigines refer to them as Mabon or magic and believe that finding one brings good luck. In India, they are known as the sacred gem of Krishna. Meditating with Tektite will increase telepathy and psychic sensitivity, aid in astral travel, increase and strengthen your energy field, and open and clear the lower chakras. Tektite can assist you with increasing your knowledge and wisdom, as it is extraterrestrial in origin. It can also help balance male and female energies. For those of you out there who like Moldavite and realize that Moldavite is very expensive, that's also meteor that landed in what's now Czechoslovakia. Tektite's a lesser expensive solution. So these are $1.95 each in my shop. If this were Moldavite, it would be way more than $1.95. So this is Tektite. If you are a starseed or an indigo child, a rainbow child, etc., these will most likely resonate with you. It's like they make you feel less homesick. So awesome stone to have on you if you're a starseed. All right, so let's start with card number 1. Card number 1 comes from the Rider-Waite deck. Rider-Waite. I wish they would have called it just like the Smith deck. It'd be so much easier. Excuse me. So the first card is the 6 of Swords. I want you to look at that picture because getting another person's interpretation is fine, but what you feel from the picture is going to resonate more closely with what's going on in your life. So this picture is a picture of 2 people in a boat, and we can't really tell, but this looks like a masculine figure, but it doesn't have to be. We'll just say a figure is pushing the boat to another place. We've got an island in the background or land. So the boat is moving forward, and this is the 6 of swords. So 6 is past that middle point. 5 is the middle point. So there's movement. That's good. The swords are all about truth. The swords are very airy. Now, interestingly, the way the swords are stuck vertically in this boat, this wooden boat, is really interesting because this is a wooden boat. If you stuck swords like that in a wooden boat and you went too far, you'd have holes in the boat, right? I don't know what they're stuck in, but they have to be stuck in the wood. So there's movement forward, and you've got your 6 swords. Either this is you and you're moving your boat, or this is you and you're allowing somebody else to move you for you. Now, the way this person is huddled with this cloak or blanket over their head and everything, they're either cold or they're scared, but this is not a confident person right here. They're hunched over, they're huddled up. Who's in charge? It's this one here. So who are you? Are you the one in charge moving the boat forward? Or are you the one that's huddled over and allowing somebody else to be in charge? And what's the deal with the swords? These are the truth. You're obviously taking them somewhere because there's movement. And it's across water. Water is very emotional. So whatever your idea, your issue, your question, there's forward movement. You're taking the truth somewhere. But who are you? And I feel like this is the important part of this card. You need to decide who you are. Are you the one that's huddled and hunched over and allowing somebody else to be in control? Or are you the one that's moving your boat? Okay, so that's the first card. The second card is from the Angels Tarot card deck by Doreen Virtue. Excuse me. It's really dry in here again. Second card is, interestingly, the Queen of Water. We just had water in the first card, and now we have the Queen of Water in the second card. The Queen of Water, so water is cups, okay? In this deck, it goes right to the elemental, it's water. The Queen of Cups is about trusting yourself. You're the queen. The queen is the one who's like the stage director in a play. If the king is the one sitting there on his throne watching the play, making sure that, it's a good play. The queen is the one that's backstage. She's the one that's getting everybody ready. She's making sure everybody's in their costumes. She's making sure everybody knows their lines. She's the one that's getting things done. So this is the queen of emotions. What's interesting about this card is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's sharks down here. Trying to get that glare off. There we go. There's sharks down here. We got the Queen of Water. She is the queen, and she's surrounded by sharks. I love that. She's very cosmic, and she's surrounded by sharks. Because when you lift yourself to this level, there's always going to be sharks in the water trying to eat you, trying to take you down, making the water dangerous. But you know what? The queen is like, ha ha, bring it on, baby. So, once you decide who you are here and you realize that you've got power and the sharks don't mean anything. I always tell people that when something attacks me, I know I'm on the right path because something's trying to take me down and stop me from going in that direction. So that tells me my frequency's high, I'm at a good energy level, and the sharks are trying to get me. So I always sort of celebrate whenever this happens because it tells me, yep, I'm on the right track. So the Queen of Water can be about relationships. So if this is a relationship issue that you're working on, the queen is also the one that's very compassionate. The king is the one that has to make the hard decisions. He's the one that's, thinking about war and resources and stuff like that. And the queen is the one, she's thinking about the people. So she's the compassionate one. She's all about the relationships. And she doesn't care about those sharks. They're nothing. She's got this. Okay. So the third card is from this beautiful deck. It's called the Sacred Earth Oracle. And all the information on the decks will be in the description below. This is the card for revolution. Sorry, I have lots of glare from the skylight above me here. Revolution. So this card, I always tell people, let's look at the picture before we read, and I will read for this card. You've got planets, moon, sun. There's all these little birds. There's a lot going on in this picture. She's not just wearing a garment. There's like a universe in this garment. There's beautiful feathers and scales, and there's nautilus shells, and there's like a whole universe in her garment. Like she is the universe, and her universe contains all these planets, and she's literally holding these planets. Like you hold the universe in your hands. Remember, you're the queen. Once you decide who you are in this card. So I'm going to read about this. Get revolution. So there's the card. The earthly meaning for this card is avoid comparison. Let me just do that. There we go. It is neither too soon nor too late to claim your life for yourself. There is no right way to live your life. There is no wrong way or set pace to follow your path. Be wary of false markers. It is not always time to harvest. And if you think about that, it's not always time to harvest. Sometimes it's time to plant. Sometimes it's time to allow the earth to rest. You think about the different stages of growing food. There's many stages. It's not just harvesting. That's, one of the final outcomes. But there's a lot going on before that. Without periods of rest, planning, planting, and nurturing, there may be no harvest. So, like invisible wheels, the seasons of life move through an eternal cycle of death and rebirth. What appears to begin, rise, fall away, and end is but a small part in an endless journey without any clear start or ending. So this is not the kind of revolution that's going to, get people all wound up. This is the revolution of like a wheel. This is kind of like the wheel card in tarot. So what part of the cycle are you in? You got your meteor, your extraterrestrial energy. You need to decide who you are. Be compassionate. Are you one of the sharks or are you the queen? And where are you in the revolution of the wheel? So I think from these three cards, what I feel is you need to decide who you are and where you are on your wheel so that your wheel can move forward. If you're at a crossroads and you're just stuck there, you need to figure out which way you want to go. All right? That is stack number 1. If you chose stack number 2, you get the beautiful pink opal. The pink opal, which is Peruvian, is a stone of peace, love, and gentleness, supporting spiritual growth and renewal. It is considered to be a gift from Mother Earth and is wonderfully soothing for children and animals and adults who are overwhelmed by life in general. It is particularly useful in healing old emotional wounds from this life or another life, bringing an inner peace to carry one through difficult times. The pink opal can increase the awareness of the need to heal our Mother Earth, and is useful for those who manifest and transmute the changing vibration through their own body. It is an excellent journeying stone. Pink opal carries water energy, and it is wonderful for activating the heart and the throat chakras. Using it with your throat chakra will allow you to be more compassionate when you speak. So if you wear pink opal at your throat when you need to speak, in front of people, like teaching a class, it will soften your words and your meaning. Okay, so pink opal. Your first card is from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and it is the Fool card. Now, people that are new to tarot are like, oh man, I got the Fool? No, the Fool is a good card, because the Fool, first of all, it's the 0 card. It's the very first card in the major arcana. So this is a message from the universe. The Fool being the first card, it resonates with the zodiac sign Aries. And the Fool is starting a journey because he's the first card. He's got his little possessions here in his bag, and he is taking the first step on a journey. So if you are thinking about your idea, issue, or question, and it might be something new for you. Am I supposed to do this? The Fool is saying, take that first step, honey. You won't regret it. Now, if you look at the picture, see where he's going to step? There's nothing there because he has faith. He has faith that where he goes forward is the right path. He feels safe in knowing that he is guided, guarded, and protected from above. Now, in the background of this card, there's the sun and all this bright yellow. And that golden yellow, that's protection from above. He's got his little friend here. There's a little white dog. Okay, he's got a companion. He's got a rose. What would that symbolize? What would a white rose symbolize? Purity, beauty, truth. So this Fool, even though he has very minimal material possessions, he's got everything. He's got companionship. He's got purity and truth. He's very happy. He's looking up. Like, he's got everything. This is a really good card. It means a new start, a new journey, moving forward. Really good card. And interestingly, you've got the pink opal, which is all about the heart. So I was saying that, he's got his love and he's happy and feels good. So that stone actually works really well with this card. The second card, the second card is from the Angel Tarot deck, and it's the exact same card. It's the 0 card. In this deck, they don't call it the Fool, they call it the Dreamer. And same thing. You have the person and looking forward. He's got his dog or his companion. It doesn't have to be a dog. If your companion's a cat or a horse, that's cool. And he's looking forward. Now, in this card, in this deck, he's actually got, there's a portal here. He's actually climbing through a portal. He's not stepping forward off of a cliff. He's going through a portal, which is amazing because that means a different dimension, a different place. It's just traveling in a different way. But again, it's about having the faith to take that first step through. Because if there's a portal, just like a cliff, maybe you don't know where that's going. And that's okay. Take that leap of faith. You need to know that the universe has your back, your front, your top, your bottom, your left, and your right. This is all about having faith that when you take that step in that new direction, that the universe has you. You have faith. Faith is so important, especially these days, because we are all in a transition. And this one's about moving forward and having the faith that you're going in the right direction. And the fact that you got the same card from 2 different decks, this is really super powerful. It's like the universe is saying, do you see this? Oh, you don't? Okay, well, do you see this one? How about both of them? You want a 2x4 upside the head? Here you go. Do you see me now? I love this. And 0 is actually the number for the creator. So you got 0, 0. Hello? You got faith in me? You should, because I got your back. Very super powerful. So if you chose stack number 2, this is awesome. Okay, so the third card is from the Sacred Earth Oracle deck. And, oh, it's the card of rediscovery. Now, I want you to look at the picture. Hopefully you can see it without all the glare. So this looks like a young person. And there's a young person here inside. So to me, what I feel like is you need to rediscover who you are. Rediscover that little 5-year-old that's inside you that needs to go on a journey. Right? Moving forward, taking that leap of faith. And take that leap of faith like a child. You know, when children fall down on the playground, they get back up. They don't even have to think about it. They don't have to think, okay, do I have faith that I'm not going to fall down again? They just get up. They just do. So as adults, we tend to look at this and go, well, I don't know. I should turn around and go back. Or, well, I don't know. That looks like a big chasm. I don't want to cross that. Or, well, I don't know. I don't know where that portal goes. And we sit there and analyze it. We let our ego get in the way. We get our left brain get in the way. And we analyze. Let it go, man. This is all about intuition, following your inner child, having fun, and having faith, and rediscovering who you are. So, let me just get the book out here and look up rediscovery. Okay, so rediscovery. Withdrawal to the security of loved ones, stumbling on or triggering a memory, stories told in safety, creative space, a message from the past for the future. Your body remembers, listen to its story. Deep pain is transformed into wisdom and understanding. An inheritance, legacy, or heirloom. Having access to the tools and knowledge that you need. Be gentle with who you were and strong with who you are to become. If you are feeling lost, confused, or are asking what life is all about, then it may be the perfect time to consult your original self, the one you keep hidden while you grow up. So, going back to that young person, before all this life happened, you thought totally differently. I know you did, because so did I. You know, one of the things that this reminds me of is when we're 18 and we're graduating from high school, we've got the whole world at our feet. We've got dreams and aspirations. And then as we get older, we're like, okay, yeah, I work all week. I do something fun on the weekend, but then I also do laundry and clean the house and blah, 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 blah. And I run errands. And we do this week after week after week. And it's the same thing. What happened to the dreams and aspirations? What happened to the childlike thought processes that we have? And actually, they weren't thought processes, they were feeling processes. Go back to that. Find out who that person is and where they went. Get them out of this little closet, because you have an amazing journey coming. Don't take that first step like an adult. Take that first step like a child, with giddiness and joy and excitement. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going. Okay, so that is stack number 2. If you chose this, find your inner child. Find that unconditional love, that just go. All right? It's an amazing stack. So yay you if you chose this. All right, let's do stack number 3. The crystal for stack number 3 is Iolite. Now, you probably can't tell because it looks kind of black here, but it's more of an indigo color. Very, very deep bluish purple. And Iolite is also known as the water sapphire or Viking compass. It is believed to have multiple healing and spiritual properties and is considered a vision stone. It can help with recovering balance and is recommended for those suffering from disorientation, lack of motivation, chronic disorganization, and distraction. Iolite aids in understanding and releasing the causes of addiction, allowing for the expression of one's true self, freed from the expectations of others. Iolite may assist in the healing of eyes, migraines and headaches, and dizziness. It may also stimulate memory and prevent insomnia, nightmares, or sleep disturbances. So who doesn't need one of these? So that's Iolite. That is your stone for the day if you chose stack number 3. The first card that we have is from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and it is the King of Wands. I believe we had this card last week. The King of Wands. Now, wands are equivalent to fire. So this is the King of Fire, which is why the king is shown in red with oranges and golds and yellows. Those are the fire colors. And also there's a little salamander down in the front. Now that salamander, in the elemental kingdom, the salamander is fire. It represents fire. So whatever your idea, issue, or question is, the king represents the one who makes sure that everything is done. Not that it's done well, not that it's running smoothly, but just make sure that it's done. The king is going to sit on his throne, and he's going to have all kinds of people reporting to him. He's not a doer himself. He's going to make sure things get done. Now, where is he looking? Last week, when he was in one of these stacks, I pointed out that he's looking away from the salamander. If there was a salamander on my side, it would get my attention, but he's not looking there. He's looking somewhere else. He's looking over the kingdom. I feel today, because each tarot card can tell a different story at a different time, I feel like today he's not worried about the little distraction over here, because there's something bigger going on over here. And this is where he needs to focus his attention. I'm focusing on it over here. I'm not going to worry about this little thing over here. So whatever your idea, issue, or question is, I believe you're focusing in the correct direction. Okay, so don't worry about those little distractions. You're the king. Now also, it's the king of fire. To me, that says be careful, because fire gives us the opportunity to hold back how we really think and feel. So don't just lash out. If there's something going on over here, don't just be yelling at people about it. We need to be compassionate. The queen is the one that's compassionate, and she's the one that loves her people. The king is the one that makes sure stuff gets done. So this king, if you're the king, you need to make sure you word things in a nice way. Okay? Don't tick off your people, and don't hurt your people verbally. All right, the second card is from the Angel Tarot deck, and it is the Magician. Excuse me. The Magician is the number 1 card in the major arcana. It's actually the second card because it starts with 0. But the Magician, this resonates with Archangel Raziel. Raziel is like the sage. He's older than dirt. He has all the information and wisdom. And if you work with him, he will impart some of it to you. He's also the magician, so he can manifest and make things happen. He's got the infinity symbol above here. That's divine. That's divinity. He's got his staff. And I don't know if you can see this, he's got magical swirls, sparkly swirls coming out of his other hand. This card means you've got all the resources you need. If you're the king, of course you have all the resources you need. You're the king. They're at your disposal. So these two cards together are very powerful, because these are two powerful offices, shall we say. If you are the king and the magician, you are in a position of power, but you need to use it wisely. So this means for everyone's highest and greatest good. For your highest and greatest good, but for everyone else's too. And I feel like this is almost like a word of caution. You got the power and the resources. Use them carefully and wisely. There's a saying, and ye harm none. And we need to all abide by that. We don't want to put our will on someone else. That's wrong, and that will bounce back on you. So this is, you've got power, you've got resources, you can manifest, but please do it carefully. Do it to heal the world. Do it to heal your community, your family, yourself. But don't force your will on someone else. Okay? Be very, very careful, because karma is very fair. If you do something that's not so good, that not so good is going to come back on you. But if you do something that's amazing and selfless, that's going to come back on you. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have that kind of karma. Okay? So the third card is from, let me show you the cover. This is the Sacred Earth Oracle. Beautiful artwork in here. So this card is called Formation. Now, this person almost looks like they're in ecstasy. And there's butterflies, which are all about transformation. Lots of butterflies and flowers in here. And there's some birds too. So I'm going to read about formation. Let's see what they say. All right, hold that up. Formation. Let emotions settle before you scramble into action. Observe, reserve judgment until all is revealed. Allow a situation to unfold in its own time and space with minimal interference. It is going to get better. Play with your sense of yourself, challenge it, add to it, pull it apart, bounce it off other people, and take on new form. The process of self-discovery deepens and strengthens your spiritual connection to life, earth, and the universe. Expansion means deepening emotions, questioning your reality, and scrutinizing the meaning of life. So, with these two cards, knowing that you have all the resources, you are very powerful. And this card, the last thing it said was scrutinize the meaning of life. I feel like, what are you going to do with all this power? Maybe that's what you need to meditate on. I've got all this power and magic is whatever you want it to be, okay? What am I going to do with it? How can I help humanity? How can I help animals? How can I help the earth? How can I help others with all this power that I have? Maybe you are an awesome healer. How are you going to start healing people? Scrutinize, meditate, allow it to come to you. You don't necessarily have to go out there and pursue. You just need to find a place of stillness and allow it to come to you. Allow your spirit guides to bring you the information. Allow Archangel Raziel to bring you the wisdom and the knowledge, because that's what he's here for. Amazing reading. You are very powerful. I can feel it. So that is stack number 3 and your reading for today. Thank you everyone for joining me, and all the information will be below the video in the description. And I would love it if you would share the video, like it, subscribe to my channel. I can't do this without you. You guys keep me going. So I really appreciate you and love you. And I hope you have a blessed, wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, and namaste.